It would have to be my mum's cooking, and it would be specifically her spinach curry. It's the best I've ever tasted. I would quite happily eat that every day for the rest of my life. So we've been going on a journey with general practices like single sites, federations, and now primary care networks. So as things have evolved, we've kind of evolved with them, and been listening to what their needs were. And we know that there is still a massive GP deficit per patient across the country, and that a lot of areas, particularly areas of deprivation or rural areas, were struggling with recruitment, struggling with accessing the flexible workforce as well. So we have adapted and expanded the Lantum product to be able to support those practices and create staff banks that pipeline newly qualified GPs into those banks almost automatically. So the minute the ST3 GP trainees finish, it's sort of their call to action is, I'll find out, who the local practices are and how locums can be introduced. And then through that, they have then become salaried or become partners or taken on portfolio GP roles. So what we've done is we've sort of expanded the product to be able to future-proof the GP workforce and keep them close to the newly qualified and GPs that move to the areas as well, who may not know where to start. So gone are the days where you would drop off a CV, especially in a COVID world. So many sort of relationships and new connections are now digitized, and Lantum helps with that. So we were approached by existing customers to help with the e-rostering, the connected rostering for vaccine sites, because it's such a complex beast. It's some sites have over 10 different staff types operating from 8 a.m. till 8 p.m. 7 days a week, struggling with workforce for core services, let alone mobilizing 10 different staff types and also having to wrap it around delivery times of vaccines. So ABC is a great example. It's a GP federation supporting lots of PCNs in the south, and I think they were told that a vaccine delivery was going to be coming within one day. So within a day, we helped them stand up and mobilize all their workforce and voluntary help force, to be able to then start vaccinating the next day. And that is, I think that's probably another point of pride, that we're so agile, we're able to kind of meet the needs, the very time pressed needs of what vaccine sites, primary care network sites need. We've adapted the product to be able just to support way more different staff types, and we've got some more product features coming out shortly, just to make it even easier. Because there are specific vaccine things you need to do, like evidence of your training for AstraZeneca or Pfizer. You need to be able to evidence your governance and all of those things. So we're kind of adapting as we go, listening to customers, and then just building what they want. So I think it helps with flexing up and down to demand. So having a staff bank means that you're tapped into the flexible workforce. It means you're tapped into your primary care network additional roles, and it's more efficient. I think it's cheaper as well to roster, to have everybody in kind of one digital platform that every practice can connect to. If one particular service is struggling, so could be extended access hub, maybe someone is sick, maybe they get COVID, they have to self-isolate, you can then get someone very quickly to cover that shift. I know a lot of us are doing remote working, but people can get sick and not be able to even work remotely. So it's certainly over the peak, the first peak, and now we were seeing, in the first peak, I was seeing more clinicians getting unwell. In this peak, I'm seeing more non-clinical support staff, administrators, managers, receptionists. And if you've got a staff bank and you can tap into every single staff type, so a receptionist pool, an HCA pool, a nurse pool, a GP pool, a physician associate pool, clinical pharmacist, actually when you're struggling, just with a few clicks, you can then access people and get help. Which also then means that people are learning because they're working at different sites and experiencing different cultures, and then taking the good practice and spreading it to another practice in a PCN. I think it brings people together, and you get to meet people who live and want to work in your area probably quicker than you would have done with using traditional methods. And I think for the new GPs that are qualifying in particular, they want to shop around before they find a work home. It's quite common for first 5 GPs to just want to float and see what life is like before they commit, and not just GPs, other staff types too. So I guess we help socialize that and mobilize that. NHS England are going to be offering funding to integrated care systems, so PCNs, to have a staff bank. And it would be great if every clinical director could speak to their STP, speak to their ICS, and find out where this funding is, because that might be able to help them pay for a digital solution, to have a primary care staff bank. So I would hate for PCNs to miss out. So if they're not aware of it, please connect with me, and we can help you get connected to the ICS and help you get one set up. So we'd be happy to do that. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay. Late night talk show, my first guess. I think currently I'd probably want to invite Joe Biden and ask him how he's doing.